Another episode, another set of actions and dialogue where there are no consequences for Zachary Taylor. What's good, y'all? It's Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another ZATIMA video. And in this one, we are breaking down season 3, episode number 15. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my ZATIMA content and conversations. And I'm going to go ahead and try to make this quick because the episode, while 26 minutes, dragged on. I felt like I was watching for an hour while nothing was happening, while Angela consistently said the S word, S-H-I-T, 1,600 times because there was nothing else I guess y'all could write in the script. A whole lot of nothing happened except for Zachary having a whole lot of audacity because he never seems to run out. No matter how much he needs to wash his ass and he's running around Atlanta stinking, he's going to always have audacity. I just don't understand how we are allowing Zach to disrespect all of his quote unquote friends and loved ones, have all of these high expectations for him. Meanwhile, he doesn't have to have loyalty. He doesn't have to have any kind of concern. He doesn't have to have empathy. He doesn't have to have effort for anybody else, but everybody got to bow down and answer to him. Before he goes home, after Bryce and Nathan springs him from prison and Bryce gives him a free ride home, to which he's yelling and screaming about how Bryce just needs to drive and can't even talk in his own car. Meanwhile, you are getting a free ride out of prison. Cool. He ends up in the hood because he goes to the projects to make sure he goes and checks Tony and Connie before going home to wash his behind. Because they should have did something. And now he's mad. Why y'all listening to Fatima? When you on good terms with Fatima, you want y'all to be a unit. You want people to respect her. You like Zach is so dang on wishy-washy. Zach is so frustrating to watch. And it's Devale's finest can't even help this anymore. Like, the character himself is a disgusting character, walking around Atlanta grumbling, like spending all of this time with this frustrated, entitled energy. It's annoying. It is so annoying. You are a man who just put your brother in the hospital, so much so that he almost lost his life, and you're holding a grudge because people wanted to leave you in jail because you ended up in jail for almost killing your brother. You know, you could have also not been in jail if you didn't almost kill your brother, right? Whether Fatima decided to leave you in there or not, once she found out that he was alive, you would have not been there had you not laid your hands on that person, had you not been disrespectful. And yes, 100% Jeremiah should not have laid his hands on Fatima, but those are two separate things. And for all the people in my comments, Zach was just protecting her. Y'all need to grab a dictionary and look up what protection is, because whether we want to be honest about it or not, you protect somebody in the moment. You protect somebody before the moment. You do not protect somebody after the moment. After the moment, it is now revenge. Period. Zach whipping Jeremiah's ass was not protection of Fatima. It was avenging Fatima. It was revenging his bruised ego and his boundaries he felt like being crossed. If he was protecting Fatima, he would have kept Jeremiah away. If he was protecting Fatima, he would have been there in the moment and maybe stopped him. That is forms of protection. What Zach did was actually revenge, not protection. And then he's not even moving with protection right now in the emotional and mental labor that he continues to require of Fatima within this relationship. He can't even manage his own emotions, his own frustration, his own disappointment, his own entitlement and ego enough to swallow his pride and let go. He's now picking this proverbial passive-aggressive fight with Fatima, getting out of prison, only to go running around Atlanta sulking, and then jumping down the throat of his friends who were also there trying to protect him from himself by trying to pull him off of Jeremiah before it went too far, and it still went too far. What Connie did was protection. What Tony did was protection. Zach, you don't know what protection is. You only know what anger is. You only know what trauma is. You only know what triggers are. And yet and still you cannot grow up, mature, and handle any of those things healthily. Wow. Nathan, you just happy at this point to be happy. And you just happy that Zach is kissing your ass in this moment. And Zach wants to be around you because he's the only one, or you're the only one who came to get him out of jail 12 hours before he would have probably already got out. Don't get too comfortable because you're still cheating on your wife. You still have no place to sleep. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Connie and Tony, but I'm interested. Are y'all dating? Like, what is happening? We don't get no further context, but we just see ZAC run up on them in this episode, and I've been thinking that for a while, so I just wanted to make a note in my breakdown. Fatima, on the other hand, is busy, and she cannot worry about ZAC because she is too busy trying to make sure that Angela is okay. The guy comes back and shows her the site in which she's been put on. There's hidden cameras all throughout her house, and before he get ready to go, when he realizes that she doesn't know, he wants his phone back from her. She's like, no, I'm not giving you the phone, while she's going through it, looking at the account and then also looking for the cameras. He decides to put his hands on her, and then in the right moment, the police that Fatima calls show up and arrest that man. Then Fatima and Angela try to figure out how we're going to, one, scrub the internet and get all of this stuff off of it, and two, figure out who is one of the guys, or who is the guy who set up all of the hidden cameras in her house. She thinks it's her little old jump off, but it winds up being Bryce, and it's so much more to the story, even though they just try to make it simple, like, yeah, Bryce set up the hidden cameras, and he says it all matter-of-factly like it's not a problem, maybe because Bryce doesn't know that the cameras were hacked into. So what I think is going to wind up being the case, because I haven't watched the next episode yet, y'all, is that Bryce did set up the smoke detectors with the hidden cameras in it. I don't know about the camera that was in the flowers, and he did that maybe for security purposes, just the same way that he set up the doorbell camera. But if your cameras in your house, and this happens in real life, are not encrypted, people can hack into your camera feeds in your house and actually like take recordings of you in the house, which is why people put covers over their webcams and put covers over their internal cameras, just because you never know who was watching. There's also been recent cases where people at Amazon and other like security camera places like Ring, I know I saw a bunch of things, and Amazon owns Ring, but there was employees leaking footage from various users' accounts that had to be like prosecuted or whatever. So I think there's going to be more to the story in that regard. I would hope that Bryce didn't plant all these cameras just to exploit Angela, but again, this man is emotionally unstable as well, and has a ton of entitlement and ego himself, so I wouldn't necessarily be surprised. I just don't think that he has that in him, but you know, it kind of is what it is. And I think that's pretty much it. By the end of the episode, ZAC returns home, and it looks like Leslie and her man are trying to get all hot and heavy on the counter, and ZAC mistakes this for Fatima, and some other guy decides to toss him, and then we cut to, and it just is a cliffhanger. To me, the episode was completely unnecessary, but that's just me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. It's your good sis, you love to talk TV with, and I do have my episode 16 breakdown up as well, so you can click right here to go ahead and check that out. And you can also make sure you turn on your bell notification for the ZATIMA playlist and not miss any videos or any content that I create talking about the series, the characters, and the storylines that are happening within it. It's your good sis, you love to talk TV with, and I'll see you in the next one.